The Bug Nerd here. We're going to be talking about mosquito control and bundling for all sorts of different products here. And we have a special guest star today of
Adam Smith, Commercial Regional Sales Manager, Beltway Region.
That was a mouthful. Anyway, here we're going to be talking about dealing with the mosquitoes that every account that you go to can or will be complaining about mosquitoes, particularly with all the diseases that are out there that are hitting the news media today. One of the things we're going to be talking about is treatments and some of the magical materials that you can utilize. This here is a mister. It's actually used to kill the adults, but with a magical material, Nygaard, which is an insect growth regulator added to the tank, we can also reduce reproduction and kill those larvae before they hatch to become adults.
An insect growth regulator.
Insect growth regulator works real well, and will also give you longer time in between treatments, so you're not there on every week. You're there on a 30-day cycle.
Very nice, very nice. What else, other than the adulticide and the IGR, what else could we utilize on a property to take care of mosquitoes?
Well, every property, if you look around, will have, different areas that hold moisture, whether it's drainage, ditches, it could be low areas, and there's a material that's in a granulated form and also in a donut form that you have right here. There's no jelly filling on you, but what that is considered to be is a larvicide, and it will kill the larvae. They actually feed on the bacillus that is released from these donuts here or in the granulars, and it multiplies within their gut system and kills them really rapidly.
Is this a green product?
This is more of a green product, yes.
So lesser toxic material that we could
Right.
use on somebody's property.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this can be used near very sensitive areas. And what I mean by sensitive areas that will have, high crab or lobster or something like that for aquatic areas. This is safer than another product that can be used called Alticid, which is an insect growth regulator that unfortunately cannot be used in a couple states in our footprint.
I think there's also some caution, though, that we shouldn't be using these in open waterways, though, right? I mean, it's got to be a landlocked water source, correct?
Right, that's correct.
Okay.
Yes, you don't want that to be draining anywhere that you don't know where it's going. This is fine in farm ponds, little ponds around, and how that's done really is measuring the surface area. And that's one of the items that will have to be done, is to measure the surface area of that pond.
Gotcha. So we've got this treats the larva.
Right.
Okay, which prevents them from becoming adults, so that's going to lessen the population. Right. And then we've got this that treats for the adults, the insect growth regulators mixed with like Tallstar?
Right, Tallstar or Demand CS.
Okay.
And the reason why you're using the growth regulator with it too, because certain mosquitoes that we're primarily dealing with that are in the area that's frightening everybody with Zika virus, actually they'll breed in very small containers of water. Some you can even get into a bottle cap. They'll breed into a bottle cap filled with water. And if you think of trees that have knot holes, they're typically very moist. They'll also be in there, and this is where the Nygaard really helps out a great deal.
So on a commercial property, or even a residential property, we're looking at the ecotone areas, right? Is that the correct term, ecotone?
Right. That's from the low-cut grass areas to the taller grass areas to the bushes and the like. Mosquitoes, adults, rest underneath the leaves, and you're treating an area up to about 8 to 10 feet. Sometimes you may find them in heavy populations higher up than that.
8 to 10 feet high.
Right.
What time of day should we best treat for mosquitoes?
Really, the best time to treat is during the day itself, because they're actually hiding underneath the leaf. That gives them much more opportunity to contact the material.
How about decks?
Decks can be treated underneath. The problem that you're dealing with in some instances is the decks are so low that you cannot physically get the product underneath there.
Gotcha.
So this is where you're also looking at the granulated material to put underneath there.
So if I'm going out to sell this product, if I'm going to bundle this with a general pest control program, I'm going to be looking for all those landscaped areas that come along with any commercial or residential property. I'm going to start to figure out, of course, after I draw my graph and figure out the geometrics or geometry of the property, I'm going to talk to my branch manager and figure out how long it's actually going to take to effectively treat mosquitoes. Now, can we do it every 21 days or should we do it once a month? What's the most ideal time frame to actually treat for mosquitoes on the property?
There's enough, we have enough data to be able to sit down and say in areas you're dealing with about once a month.
Once a month. So every proposal that goes out, I want to write an additional agreement, simply write on the Sign app for a once a month mosquito treatment to address all water holding areas. We'll document, observe and document all water areas that we can't do anything about, such as perhaps planters that either we can't lift or just areas that are definitely breeding mosquitoes. And then we'll treat the ecotone area from 8 to 10 feet up around the property and across the property based on time and materials per your branch manager's recommendations.
There you go.
Is that it?
I think we've got it all down pat.
All right.
Or in that case, Pat Zernowski. But needless to say, we've got it down.
Bundle. Do yourself a favor. We got Zika, chikungunya. We've got all those things. Peace out.